As a reminder, we're using Tennessee Foundational Skills Curriculum Supplement, Grade 1 Materials, Unit 1. For our lesson objectives today, I have posted these here, but what I really want you guys to think about is the fact that we're going to blend and we're going to segment, which is something you've already learned how to do in the first 3 lessons. We've got a list of words that we're going to blend and segment. Then we're also going to do some more code work. We're going to work not only with our vowel codes, but also with our consonant codes. We're going to do some more writing of the spelling, the handwriting practice that we've done. We're going to work with reading some of our phrases and writing phrases that are now decodable to us. And then we're going to finish up with one of my favorite things to do, which is chaining. So I hope you guys are very excited to get started because we've got a lot to do today. In order to participate in our lesson, you're going to need a few things. Remember, we've talked about the letter cards before. If you don't have magnetic letters that you might use that look something like this, or some foam letters, feel free to make your own. Remember, I made my own for lesson 1. Some white pieces of paper with the letters written on them work perfectly. Even post-it notes, whatever you've got there that you could make into some letter cards. You're going to need some letters that represent I, A, O, M, N, N, T, D, C, and G. So if you need to pause the video at this point to find those letters, to sort those letters out, or even to potentially make the letters, then go ahead and do that. You're also going to need a pencil, and if you've downloaded the student workbook from Tennessee Foundational Skills Curriculum Supplement, the student workbook Grade 1 Unit 1, you'll need worksheets 4.1 and 4.2, or a piece of primary tablet paper. And then you'll also want to find your tricky word cards from lesson 3. That was the lesson right before this one where we had our tricky words on yellow pieces of paper. Remember, there were yellow cards or yellow post-it notes that you guys could keep up. We worked with tricky word I yesterday and tricky word A in lesson 3. So you'll want to have those. Go ahead and pause this if you need to gather your materials. Otherwise, we'll keep moving. All right, let's get warmed up. We know that it's important when we're reading and when we're writing to make sure that we warm up. And the best way to warm up is to warm up with sounds. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to remember that when we blend, we're going to touch our fingers and we're going to pull together to blend the word. When we segment, we're really listening for how many sounds are in the word. And so we're going to put up a finger for each sound and be able to count the sounds. So blending, we're tapping and blending together. Segmenting, we're really breaking that word apart into how many sounds it has to be able to figure that out. All right, so let's get started with some blending and segmenting. First, we're going to blend, then we're going to segment. So the first word we're going to blend is sip. Sip. S-I-P. Sip. I blended, now you blend. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's blend the word bin. That is a huge bin of potatoes. B-I-N. Bin. Very good. Remember, I'm going to blend and then you blend. All right, let's blend the word cub. The bear had a baby cub. K-a-b. Cub. Tap. Tap. When she gets nervous, she might tap her foot. T-a-p. Tap. You do it. Very good. All right, let's do flip. Flip. F-l-i-p. Flip. One more time. That one's a little bit tricky. Ready? The fl runs together sometimes. So we want to make sure that we really know that those are separate sounds. Okay, so let's do that one again. F, l, I, flip. Now you do flip. Very good. Now let's practice the word drop. Drop. Please do not drop your lunch. Drop. I'll do it and then you do it. D, r, ah, p, drop. Now you do it. Very good. Now I want you to try this word on your own. The word is hips. Hips. All right, now check yourself. See if you did it the way I'm doing it. Hips. I, p, s. Hips. If you did it the way that I did it, to give yourself 2 thumbs up. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's do the word mats. You do it, and then you can check with me. Mats. We got our mats out to take a nap. Mats. All right, check with me. Mats. S. Mats. Yeah, that one's a little bit tricky too. Now we have blended all of these words, I want us to segment and really figure out how many sounds are in this word. Now when we segment, tell me what's different. When we blend, we do this and pull together. When we segment, we do what? Exactly. We're going to hold up a finger for each sound that we have. We talked about a wiggly finger. We'll hold up one wiggly finger when we hear a sound, another wiggly finger when we hear another sound. So eventually we'll know exactly how many sounds are in that word. That's super helpful when we're writing words. Okay, very, very helpful so that we know we get each sound, and when we write it down, someone can pick up our paper and read it. You guys might be authors someday. All right, so let's go through this list of words, segmenting each one. I'll do some, you'll do some, we'll do some together. Let's start with our first one. Sip. S, I, p, sip. Now you do it. How many sounds are in the word sip? 3. You're exactly right. All right, let's do this one. Bin. B, I, n. Bin. How many sounds? So if I were going to write that word, how many letters might I have? Yeah, I'm thinking I might have 3. All right, let's do cub. Cub. K-ub. Cub. How many sounds? Very good. I want you to do this one on your own. The word is tap. Tap. How many sounds did you come up with? 3? Okay, let me see if I do too. T, a, p, tap. I got 3 as well. Okay, let's go on to these others that were a little bit tricky when we were blending. Let's see if we've gotten better at them when we're segmenting. All right, the word is flip. Flip. F, l, I, p, flip. How many sounds are in that word? 4 sounds. That's exactly right. Let's do drop. Drop. D, r, a, p, drop. How many sounds? 4. That's exactly right. Let's do hips. Hips. I, p, s. Hips. How many sounds? 4. That's right. And I want you to do the last one on your own. The word was mats. Mats. How many sounds? All right, let's see. That's a little bit tricky. Let's try it. Mats. Mats. Very good. You guys are warmed up. Now stretch out big to the side. Cross your arms in front of you. Back out big. Cross your arms in front of you. Stand up one time. Sit down one time. Stand up one time. You're warmed up. You're ready to go. Now, if there were some that you struggled with a little bit, this might be an opportunity for you guys to pause and practice those. Remember, if you've got someone there helping you, that they should say the word and then you should blend and segment. They should say the word and you should blend and segment. And so this will tell them exactly how many sounds are in each word, and that will give you another opportunity to practice. Feel free to pause if you need to. Okay, so let's move into our code book. We've got some code work that we were doing. We work in code every day. Our code is our set of letters that associate with sounds, and the sounds, that letter, when I look at that letter, it tells me exactly what sound to make. And so it's important that we continue to work in our code so that we really understand the letters and the sounds so that we can read and write really well. I'm excited for you guys. All right, so let's start with our vowels. Remember, we're going to start with the speech bubble at the top, and we're going to say the sound, because when it's set off in those bars like that, that means we just say the sound. And then we're going to move down to the gray box where we see the letter, the spelling of that sound. And remember the power bar. If that bar across there is very long, that means it's most commonly spelled that way. If it's short, that means it's not commonly spelled that way. And we're going to get to see some of those today. So let's start with this one. I'll model this one for you, and then you guys can pick up. So this is the vowel that says eh. And the spelling for it is commonly the letter E, as in pet. The spelling is U, as in butt. The spelling is A, as in hat. The spelling is I, as in it. The spelling is O, as in hop. Now we're in our consonants, but before we get into our consonants, let's go back through our vowels very quickly. Now I said sound, and then I said the spelling or the letter. All right, so let's do it. Let's say, for this one, I will say E, and I want you to say E. So you're going to echo me. E. Very good. U. Very good. A. Echo. Very good. I. Very good. O. Very good. Very good. All right, now we are going to move into our consonant sounds that we know. So we've already worked with some of these consonant sounds through blending, segmenting, and chaining in some of our earlier lessons. We've also written these. We've used them in our worksheets. We've used them in our phrases. So I'm excited to continue to review these. And we're going to add a few new ones, and you'll see my surprise emoji when we see our new consonants. So be looking, because it'll pop up pretty soon. All right, so the sound here is P, and the spelling is P, as in pot. All right, you notice that there is a red circle around this spelling, because that's the one we're going to focus on. All right, so P, B, B, T, D, D, K, C, G, G, N, N. Surprise! Here are our new ones. Our new sound is and what is the spelling we're going to focus on? M, and it is the most common. You see the power bar there versus this spelling has a very small power bar. It means we don't use it commonly. So, M, as in mad. I want you guys to say that. M, M. Let's do it again. M. My mouth is together when I make this sound. Let's check our voice box. Yeah, it's got some voice, doesn't it? My mouth is closed, my lips are closed, and it makes a vibration inside my mouth and in my voice box. So it's F. Right? Let's work on this sound a little bit. So my lips come together, they kind of push out, and it comes through, a puff of air comes through my teeth. F. F as in fit. Fit. Right? Let's practice this one. V. V as in vet. These two sounds are very much alike. So let's do, watch my mouth. Now I'm going to move to, if you look at my mouth does not change much. What changes when you say the sound versus the sound? That's right. The sound is the puff of air. It doesn't have a voice, okay? The sound has got some voice, and it also has a vibration, okay? So, as in vet, as in fit, okay? Those are sister sounds, and we want to make sure that we're really clear on those sounds. So let's go back through our new sounds for today, and then we'll go all the way through our consonants. All right, new sound. Surprise, there I am. M. Your turn. Very good. Fit. Very good. Vet. Did you feel a difference? Good. Very good. All right, let's go all the way back through our consonant sounds. All right, doing just like we did with our vowel sounds, but we're going to go back through. We're going to say sound, and then we're going to say the spelling that we're working with. All right, here we go. P. Good. Make sure you're echoing me. Tennessee, I should hear you right now. P. Very good. B. Good. Watch my mouth. Try to make your mouth match mine. T. D. C. G. N. Here's our new one. M. F. V. All right, you guys did an excellent job getting those pieces put together. Now your code chart's getting so big. You actually have all the vowels in there, and we're working on getting all our consonants in there. So that's a very big accomplishment. You're just on lesson 4. Now we're going to move over to some practice work. These are the letters that we practiced with just a second ago in our code book. So we need to make sure that we know exactly how to write these letters correctly, because when we form letters, it's important that we form them the same way every time. So we want to make sure that we learn how to do that correctly. I'm going to move over to the document camera so that you guys can see that so you guys can see me form these letters. just a second. Make sure it's working for me. Let's see. All right, so if you'll go ahead and find your page, hang on just a second. You'll go ahead and find your page 4.1 and 4.2. Go ahead and find those two pages, or tablet paper. If you're working from tablet paper, go ahead and get your tablet paper and your pencil. And I am going to get us ready to go. See if I can. My document camera is not wanting to work for me today. All right, so let's go back to our PowerPoint. Let's look at page 4.1. So if I look at page 4.1 and I think about these letters and the way that they're formed, I want you guys to do some work with me on how we form the letters. So my worksheet is not working today, and so you guys, some of you may not have a worksheet either, but I'm going to explain how to form the letters and then give you an opportunity to do those as well. Okay? So if we want to form our lowercase letter m, we're going to start at the middle line. We're going to start at the middle line, and there's an example there for you. We're going to pull straight down. We're going to go back up to the line that we've made, and we're going to make one hump, and we're going to make another hump. All right, let's do that again. Let's go over just a little bit. Middle line to bottom line, come back up, and make two humps. Very good. I'm going to make myself a little bit larger and see if I can work like this. All right, so I have made my two humps. All right, now let's go to our capital letter M. So for capital letter M, I'm going to go to the top line, pull down, and I'm going to go back to the top line, pull down forward, back up, and back down. So capital letter M reminds me of some of the strokes that I made yesterday with uppercase letter N. Okay, so I pulled down, I went back up, slide forward, slide up, and slide down like a mountain. The word mountain starts with what sound? And when I see this symbol, it tells my brain to make the sound mountain, and it kind of looks like a mountain. Okay, so let's move down to our lowercase letter f. So for lowercase letter f, I'm going to make sort of a candy cane. I'm going to start right here below the top line, come around, make a candy cane. I'm going to cross in the middle. Uppercase F, I'm going to start at the top and pull down, and then a line forward, a line forward. Okay, you're going to go to the top line and the middle line. Lowercase letter V, I'm going to start at the middle line, and I'm going to pull forward, touch at the bottom, and go back up to the middle line. Okay? And then uppercase letter V, I'm going to start at the top line, pull down, touch, and pull back up. Now, because we have worked on these before, it's going to be very important that you do them on your own. Now, who can remember how we make sure that we found something that we really like, that we're really proud of? Right, so I'm going to do this entire row of lowercase letter m's using good spacing. If you're on your own paper, do about 5 or 6 per line. Use good spacing, don't crowd your letters together. And then I'm going to take a crayon or just your pencil, and I'm going to put a heart, a star, something around my very favorite one that I feel like I did the very best on. So as I go along, I'm also going to make sure that every time I pick up my pencil that I say the sound, because that is making a roadmap in my brain that tells me when I see this symbol, I should say the sound, the sound. So this formation of this letter helps me remember what sound to make when I see it when I'm reading or when I'm trying to write that sound. So each time you make your letter, just like you've done in the previous lessons, pick up your pencil and say the sound. Okay? Then find your favorite one in the row. Take a second and pause the video so that